Hey guys, here with part two of my three-part series. In what kind of legislation or programs can we come up with to prevent these massacres from happening? Um, you know, uh, Guys, like um, the president's right. I mean, he said as there's children that were killed. I mean, what can we do, right? Well, he might be right, and we should do something to prevent these tragedies from happening again. Um, Obviously, his methods and my methods are completely opposite. Um, However, I'm going to go over, what kind of legislation is being talked about right now, and how ineffective that will be, and actually how it may cause further incidents of the sort, and how um, most gun owners probably agree with me with my kind of logical solutions. And guys, I want to show you those. Like I said, I want everyone to open it with watch this video with an open heart and mind. And this is for you guys that are on the fence and just want a unbiased opinion. Yes, I have guns. I enjoy shooting them, but I always try to see a situation from both sides, as we all should. And we should all be open to change if we are, if we're wrong, right? So, if you're too stubborn and you change your opinion one way or another, you're wasting your time watching this video. But for everybody that has a good heart and a thoughtful mind, then I think we can all get something from this video, hopefully. So I already went over the operating characteristics of the the AR-15, and okay, so let's go right into a couple scenarios here. We'll start off with the Sandy Hook kind of scenario. A guy goes into a gun-free zone, carrying, his assault weapon with 30 rounds. Yes, he has his massacre. Okay, now he goes into that same gun-free zone with a 5-round capacity pistol. Okay, because the assault rifles are not going to be, gotten rid of, and the assault rifles were gotten rid of, theoretically here, and they limited magazine capacity to 5. So, okay, here's a pistol. It is unloaded. Okay, this is a 7-round magazine I have in it, but we'll just say it's 5 rounds, okay? And here's my AR-15, because I want to go over this first. I'm going to show you how quick reloading is on this versus a pistol, because people still think the AR-15 is just so, such a great, great rifle. It's some kind of like, super world-class, laser freaking, I don't know, starship something. Like, it's not, okay. Okay, we shoot our 30 rounds, say, okay? My bolt will lock to the rear as it is right now. You see it? Hit this button, pull out my magazine, put my next one in, hit my bolt catch, and it's forward, and I'm firing it again. We'll speed it up a little bit. I'm shooting. Bolt locks to the rear, magazine released, next one in, shooting again, okay? Just a couple seconds. My, say, 5-round magazine pistol. Okay. Sorry. I shoot 5 rounds, bang, bang, bang. That was only 3. Hit locks to the rear. Drop my magazine out. Next magazine in. And if there was a bullet in my magazine right now, it would allow it forward, and I'd be shooting it. So we'll speed that up a little bit. Okay. Slide to the rear after I'm done shooting my 5 rounds. Change the mag. Shooting. Okay. One more time because I kind of slipped on that one. Of course, now I'm trying to, show you, I mess up, but okay. Maybe 3rd time's a charm. Slides back to the rear. Magazine out. Shooting. See how quick that was? So I can change actually faster with this. It doesn't matter if I have 30 or 5. I can change a little bit faster. Anyways, so let's go back to that scenario we're talking about, right? So you have a guy walks in. He's got we'll just give him one pistol, as I'm sure he would walk in with more than that, but one pistol, 5-round magazine. That's the legislation that you're proposing, or not you, but many are proposing, right? He goes in, he finds his first classroom, and guess what, guys? What is a classroom? It's a kill box, because you have one way in, one way out. Defenseless people. What are they going to do? Throw a pencil or a book at them? They're going to be dead. So he walks in. Say he's got 20 magazines of 5 rounds, right? He'll go in. He'll clear that room. People can't charge him and stuff. They're already dead as fast as you can reload this, right? So you haven't changed that massacre. He's still one classroom. You still have the same number or more, okay, as Sandy Hook. So that's what's being proposed, right? And now let's go to the kind of thing I'm proposing. Most of your Second Amendment advocates are. Okay, all your teachers that are participating, because guns are not for everyone, they'll go through a program. Say they get deputized by the sheriff. They acquire some kind of proficiency with a pistol or what have you. Then they have a biometric safe in their classroom, which only their hand will unlock. Maybe you give like a special code afterwards, so a student couldn't say incapacitate the teacher, use their hand and take the gun. Okay, so there's that secondary password, whatever. So anyways, now you have let's just say even a quarter of the teachers in that school have those guns, right? So a guy comes in. Now here's another thing besides this deputizing the teachers. What about some kind of alert system? So the guy breaks through the door. I mean, obviously, if he's coming in unwanted, it's there's security cameras in pretty much every school I've seen. But so let's make an alert system. Hit a button, and the school goes into some kind of lockdown or what have you. So the teachers go right for their pistols and get ready for this guy. He doesn't stand a chance. He still might get a couple shots in somewhere, but he's going to get taken out. So all right, take away that alert system now. The guy walks through the door, busts it down, whatever. Well, if he didn't use a gunshot, we're just gonna give that scenario. So we're giving him another advantage. Okay. So he hasn't fired a shot yet. He gets into some classroom. There's like 30 kids there, right? And that teacher doesn't have time to react to that guy coming in. Her and maybe that class is dead. As terrible as it may be, because guys, we shouldn't even have to worry about that. This is a problem with morality, not gun issues. So anyways, say those gunshots go off though. Well, the next teacher that is armed, he's going to go grab his pistol. And he's going to go right for towards the sound of this stuff, right? So he has acquired that level of proficiency. He feels halfway confident in his skills. Obviously, you're never prepared for a situation like that, and your heart's going to be pounding. But this psychopath, he's not counting on the teachers to be armed. So he might have his back to you. He's just not ready for someone to counteract his shooting, right? So the teacher just gets to the area and puts that subject down, because guys, I don't care if he has body armor or not. We're talking close range in this kind of these situations, right? If you have any level of proficiency, you're going to hit that guy right here. That's a lot of real estate. Even if he has a helmet on, you still have all that real estate to take out. That'll put him down instantly, right? So, first scenario is you still have a massacre. You just have more magazine changes, but still the same massacre. My proposal gives the teachers some kind of fighting chance, and you see that, yes, the there still may be victims, but the victim number may be a lot lower, right? And guys, if you don't feel comfortable with your teachers having, firearms, give them something. Give them a ninja star. Give them a knife or something. I mean, guys, we can't, all be defenseless, and that's what it comes down to. I mean, when do you want to stop being defenseless and actually, stand up for yourself? And that's what we got to do here, guys. Okay, so now let's go into another situation, right? A crazed lunatic goes into a mall with a 5-round magazine. He can do the same exact thing because people are generally disarmed. These shopping malls are not gun-free zones, so we'll get into that. So you can go in there and basically, unless someone else pulls out a gun, he's free until his magazine, or he's out of ammunition, or until, like, if there's a mall cop, which most mall cops don't have firearms, they might have a taser, but so he's free until he runs out of ammunition. Now, my idea is to encourage gun ownership, encourage like I encourage everyone to, if you have a friend that shoots, go and shoot with them. Take a safety course, something like that. Because guys, if you're if you have any kind of opinion on the Second Amendment and what it and the different restrictions and whatnot, well, you're affecting all of us law-abiding citizens that that own guns, right? So you should have you should be informed before you make those decisions when they're affecting so many people. So back to the scenario, though. Okay, I encourage gun ownership, and so say, we'll leave the number relatively low. We'll say 1 in 4 has a concealed carry permit, and so has a concealed pistol on their self. Excuse me. So guy walks in. Now we're going to give him an AR-15 with 30 rounds. Now, first off, an AR-15 is a couple feet long here. So if you're concealing that, guys, you're doing something special. You have it in some kind of box. How are you going to conceal this on your person? Very tough. So, you're going to look suspicious as it is. So, people are already going to maybe, have their hand on their pistol or something like that. They're obviously something's wrong with this dude, right? So he walks into the mall. He gets in. He's got his 30 rounds locked and loaded. So, as soon as the gunfire starts, obviously there's going to be a lot of people screaming, yelling, fleeing the scene. These people that have the concealed carry permit, they pull out their pistol. They find out what this guy is, and they put him down because, these psychos, what they do is they go into areas of high population of a big group of people, and that are unarmed. They don't go after the the armed people. And just let's think about this. Does a lion go after other lions? Generally, no. They go after the zebras. They go after the generally disarmed prey. They're not going to go after a hard if dinner's hard to catch, they're not going to go after it, right? So there's the same with people that with these psychopaths, which sorry that they don't even classify as people or scum, but these people, these scum, I'm sorry, go after these defenseless people. They go into these gun-free zones like a school and things like that, movie theater. So he goes in. People have him down just like that, because as soon as the fire starts, it doesn't matter what kind of gun he has, he's counteracted by however many law-abiding armed citizens. Now, guys, that right there sends a message to criminals. Criminals don't want to be jacking people if they're afraid of them pulling a gun on them. You know what I mean? So that's why if you're a criminal, you're going to go to Chicago right now. People are unarmed; they're defenseless. You're going to go there because you've got it good. Do you understand that? Well, maybe you will here as we continue to go to go on. Excuse me, I have to blow my nose. It's a little damp down here in the basement. Okay, and I'm back. So let's go into another scenario. Um, Let's start talking about magazine capacity. Um, I've showed you that the AR-15 does not change magazines any faster than the 5-round pistol that I showed you, right? So what does the magazine capacity have to do with anything? Why do we need 30-round magazines? The high capacity magazines, they come into play only for self-defense, personal defense situations. Let's go to a scenario here. A guy is home alone. He's got 3 kids, and he hears someone breaking down the door. Right. Well, think about this, guys. Someone busts down your door, breaks into your house. You're not gonna, sit around and think, oh, well, what's that? You're gonna go right for your gun, right? Because it's fight or flight. So you immediately run for your pistol, shotgun, what have you. You are on the defensive right now. You have to be on the offensive. So, guy comes into your house, and now you limited that homeowner to 5 rounds. Now, this is 7 rounds again, but we're doing this for demonstration. So, you have one gun. You don't have time to be, okay, well, I have to find this gun, this gun. No, you go for that one gun that you have right there for your personal defense situation. And let's say it's a 45 caliber, pistol with a 5-round capacity, because the government said that that's all you could have. Okay, so you get that one gun. You might, in a situation like this, have time for, to pick up a second magazine, but guys, that's all you have time for. You got to get that gun and start, engaging this intruder, right? So now you have that 5-round magazine. You go and you deal with this guy. Well, an invader, he doesn't, he's not some kind of lackadaisical guy that's just coming in like, oh, la dee 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 da. He's got some kind of motive and intention to be there, and he's there to get what he came for, right? So he's on adrenaline, stuff like that. He's pumped up. He's coming. Well, you, the homeowner, your heart's racing. Your hands are shaky because your nerves are just tingling and everything. You're just you're overwhelmed with the situation as it is. So you go get your pistol. Now, that guy is, like I said, is crazed. So here's a 45 auto round. Okay, 230 grains. A 9mm, usually around 115, side by side there, something like that. As you can see, 45 is much bigger. Has a lot more what you call stopping power. It will prevent a crazed person from progressing towards you. So even with that 45, with that crazed dude, it might take you 2 or 3 shots or more to stop that guy, right? Oh, and while I'm here talking about the size bullets, here's the 223 again from the AR-15, 55 grain versus the 230. Obviously, you see a longer bullet casing. That's for longer distances. This is for shorter range. Has a lot more punch though. Excuse me. So you've limited that homeowner to those 5 rounds, and if he missed, he has a opportunity to get killed. Now let's go into a situation where there's multiple assailants, which many times there are 2 or 3. Right? You've limited him to 5 rounds. So those guys come into your house. They're all armed with, let's say criminals abide by the law, which they don't. So, but we'll give, we're doing this all by theory. So, perfect world kind of scenario, which does not happen. So they all have 5 rounds too. So you have 15 rounds versus 5. Now, if you miss, you know, let's just say you miss once. Now you have four rounds for 3 people, and if it takes multiple shots per person, you might not get, you know, the second or third guy, and you know, be alive. So, you know, you've now just you know, hurt the homeowner and the law-abiding citizen. Now let's do the scenario my way, right? Higher capacity magazines are allowed. 3 guys come into your house, and you know, give them as many rounds as you want. I go for 1 pistol. Now I have a 45 that has 15 rounds. Okay, so I can put 3 or 4 into each of them and still have ammo to spare, right? You know, if you have any math skills there. And so you have the opportunity to defend yourself. You level that playing field with the numbers, right? So now you can afford to miss, and you still have a chance of survival. You know, a much better chance of survival. Okay, now because you like I said, you only have that one gun you're going to grab for. Now, guys, we're limiting you know, magazine capacities to 5. That's also shotguns and stuff, and a shotgun is pretty much the ideal home defense firearm, because when a shotgun when you shoot a shotgun shell, it is a much larger area. Like, it's what you call a pattern. They have different shot bullets, so that you know, they're either a tighter or broader pattern, right? You might, you know, destroy half your house as you're defending yourself, but hey, you're alive, right? So basically, with a shotgun shell, you have a much broader area, instead of with a, you know, any kind of standard bullet. Wherever that bullet's traveling, that's, you know, that small area is all, you know, that's where it's going, right? Well, now you've limited that shotgun owner even to 5 rounds. So if he misses, guys, a shotgun is hard to reload generally. You have to flip it over and insert 1 round at a time, and so it takes a lot more. So now you've limited that homeowner. Now let's go to a, you know, high capacity situation. Now what would I even use an AR-15 for in a home defense? I mean, like I said, I would use a 15 round 45 caliber pistol or a shotgun. This is purely for say, like, you know, higher numbers, say like a mob scenario. We'll say like a rancher down in Texas has a mob of illegals coming across the border, and guys, there's a lot of these guys that are getting shot. We need to start looking at border control. But so he's got, you know, 20 people coming after him. He's one dude all by himself. 30 rounds levels that playing field. If you're watching this, you're probably on YouTube. So what you do is go into your little search, type in Rodney King riots, Korean store owner, something like that, and what you'll find is a video of after the after the Rodney King verdict was passed in the trial in Los Angeles. These riots broke out in the streets. People started going into stores, looting, taking TVs, you know, merchandise, and basically you know, most of the store owners were defenseless. What are they going to do against all these mobs of people, right? Well, the Korean store owners, there's only a couple of them. They get up on top of their stores armed with AR-15, and they hold the people back. Okay, so they've leveled the playing field, and you know, those smaller numbers, they can cover more ground in that kind of situation. And you know, I don't like to think in dire kind of situations, but think of a farmer, right, and or in a shortage of food. Now, I'm sure if you ask most farmers, they're gonna be willing to help their fellow man survive and whatnot. But when there's people coming to take their, you know, their food, their survival basically, well, that farmer has every right to defend himself, and that's where an AR-15 can come in. He can prevent those, you know, larger numbers of people coming at him. And guys, you know, you think, well, this is such, you know, spectacular rifle and everything. And it is a great gun. I told you it's a, why people want it. But it has the same exact operating characteristics as that M1 Garand. So, is the M1 Garand any more lethal, or, I mean, so, okay, I still haven't sold you on why people need this, right? Well, excuse me, I gotta blow my nose. Okay, I'm back. So, sorry about that again. So basically, I've already showed you though, why people want it, and why they make such a good rifle. Because if you've ever been to a shooting range, if you're there with your buddies, I mean, this might be crazy to some of you because you've never shot before and people around you just don't have guns. I understand that because, in order to make a law about something that you don't know, I mean, you should be informed, okay? So, if you're at a shooting range, you don't want to be, wasting the day reloading and stuff. So you grab a couple of 30-round magazines, go with your friend, and you can just, have fun for an afternoon and shoot, and not be, concerned about reloading and whatnot. So, let's talk about magazine capacity now, because, okay, well, if this is no different operating principles as the M1 Garand, then let's just limit it to magazine capacity, right? Okay, let's go to those scenarios where people have the 30-round magazine, right? We talked about before. When people are armed and, can defend themselves, there's no advantage of him having that 30-round magazine because the people are now armed, and it doesn't matter if they have a 5-round magazine. One shot will put that man down. So, these magazine capacities don't change the fact for, these criminals. It only helps with personal defense situations. So, I hope I've gone over pretty well how, how we can change things, because everybody, throws it out there like, okay, drunk driving. We've started, task forces with DUI checkpoints and, higher penalties and, deeper consequences for, bar owners that overserve their patrons. There's these higher penalties. So yes, DUIs have come down significantly. So people want that same kind of change with guns. Well, guys, I've showed you the change that they're trying to bring about, and what actually gives the possibility of a positive change, which is arming people, allowing people not to be so ignorant of guns. And I might as well say this. I'll talk to you women first. I really encourage you to go out shooting. You'll probably make a lot of guys look bad at the range. A lot of women are very good shots because they have patience, which most men don't have. So I encourage you to shoot. It's a lot of fun, and if you don't like it, you don't have to try it again. And for everyone, I encourage you guys just to try. You should have some kind of idea what you're talking about before you try to enact legislation and restrictions, right? So that's pretty much it for part 2. Let's go into we'll go into part 3 next with how these assault weapons bans would affect us, not just individually, but as a country and whatnot. Okay? Thanks for watching.